good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. Coming to you live from the Crypto Caravan. The pod has been shipped. I repeat, the pod has been shipped. So I am free to roam the countryside. But I got loose ends to tie up, so I'll probably be here a couple more weeks at least. So what's going on in Bitcoin land? Well, first we'll talk a little bit about the traditional markets. I'm not going to go into any charts, but it ended with a nice run today. I'm fully expecting Bitcoin to pump this weekend. The 2 days in a row. Now, remember the stream yesterday I was talking about all week since we got that new weekly range. Here's Monday. Let's go back through this. Here's the bottom side of the weekly range, the red dotted line. On Monday, right before close, bulls pump it up into the weekly range. Bears rejected it. Go into Tuesday, right before close, bulls pump it up inside the weekly range. Bears dump it back out. The bears do not want to let the bulls close a daily candle inside this weekly range. We go to Wednesday again. The bulls spent most of the day inside the weekly range, right? Even made a run up here past the top side. But this is also the monthly S1 that's flipped as resistance as far as price action volatility ranges go. Okay, here at Alpha Trading, when we use silly support and resistance using data sets, we use price action volatility ranges. And yes, and as well, we had the second standard deviation, top side of the weekly, 95.4 Laplace distribution range. A lot of resistance there, a lot. And that was on Wednesday, right? Right before close. Bears send that baby right back down outside of the weekly range. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The bulls tried to close the daily candle inside the weekly. Bears weren't having anything to do with it. Yesterday, this is important. What happened yesterday? Immediately, we open up the new day. Bitcoin rejects off the bottom side of the weekly, runs down to the 1SD, flies right back up over through probably about almost half of a day, and got back up inside the weekly price action volatility range. Bears rejected it. Another bounce off the 1SD. And when I was talking on the stream, I was like, the bulls are probably going to try to run this up and close this daily candle inside the weekly range. Did they? Yes. The last 15-minute candle of the day closed that daily candle inside. That was huge for the bulls going into the weekend. Friday today, you can see what happened. One rejection off the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the daily to the top side. We come down, test the center of the daily price action volatility range. Bounces up. Two more rejections off the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. We come down. This time, didn't get into the daily price action volatility range, went up, tested that 68.3 again, and then ran it down. And on this 4-hour candle, literally went down to the 68.3% Laplace distribution range on that specific 4-hour candle. Then going into the end of the day here, we pumped up and we stayed steady inside this 68.3 right until the end of the day. It made a push right to the center of the weekly price action volatility range, rejected off of the first standard deviation right there, right? Came down. Now we're opening up this Saturday trading day in cryptocurrency. We're up here right around the middle of the weekly price action volatility range. Here's the new daily. The daily's been stair-stepping up. It actually dropped, or did it come up? Yeah, it dropped yesterday. Now, boom, we stair-stepped up today. The bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range is right above the center of the new daily range. The bottom side of the daily range now, we've got the freaking daily range up inside the weekly. Okay, we did over here, right? This is pretty much the same. It just tightened up. This is a pretty tight volatility range here. We're talking about $400 range. This first day of the weekend, Bitcoin is definitely going to trend today. To what side? In my opinion, it's going to go to the top side. was talking to MJ a little bit ago. I personally think Bitcoin's going to make a run to the weekly R1 right up here, 41 8. What is it? 41,872. And then if you look where that's at, first standard deviation, second standard deviation, third standard deviation, that's literally now. Hey, I'm asking for a lot. I understand that. I mean, that would literally be a daily 99.7 Laplace distribution range run. It can do it. If any asset can do it, Bitcoin does. Bitcoin can do it and has done it. So, will it happen today? The probabilities are against it. But if Bitcoin can close up here above the top side of the weekly going into Sunday, look for that. Look for that. That'll be about a 2SD move. But then, just like usual, I'll probably look for price action to come back down to where the futures closed, 37.8 area, right where we're at right now. So this could be a great trading opportunity, the top side and back down. But obviously, you're going to have to keep an eye on the charts, right? Definitely going to have to keep an eye on the charts. Let me see here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I want to see a good weekly close. I would love to see this weekly close back up inside this Laplace distribution projection from the 41K low. Okay, now to get back up inside there, $40,400. So is what could happen if Bitcoin gets up here and closes up in here. You can't remember where those futures closed right where price action is right now, because now I'm not saying I don't believe in those types of gaps anyway. There's a slew of them at lower price ranges, right? But you can damn well guarantee if Bitcoin comes Sunday evening, closes this weekly candle up inside this 68.3, the bears are going to try to push it back down outside of it. So be careful. We'll have to wait to see if the bulls are going to defend this area. They did. That weekly candle, that weekly candle, that weekly candle went back up, tested the mean of the projection, and then dumped out. Almost did a 3SD move last week to the downside. So this is going to be pretty telling Sunday where Bitcoin's data set closes at. All right, let's see here. Now, this is interesting. So we have our alpha trading ultimate power mean set up here, right? I've got three variance log moving averages. One is set to a 9 length, one is set to a 33 length, one is set to a 99 length. The white dotted line is the reverse wave trend. The red dotted line is the reverse Fisher. Bitcoin just closed daily candle, or a 4-hour candle, pardon me, and a daily though, above this 4-hour reverse wave trend. That's good. That is good for Bitcoin. Let's see, where's this reverse Fisher? 48.5. So what's up in there? So for Bitcoin to get up above there, it's going to have to get to the top side of that weekly price action volatility range. It's at 38,750. And it's going to have to tangle up here at 39.7 with this 99 length variance log MA. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But you can see all these, this entire ribbon, this is all different lengths of variance log moving averages. Excuse me. The lines right here, I just changed this up, so I'm going to correct myself. These are power means. The band is the variance log moving averages. But so we have a 9 power mean, a 33 power mean, and a 99 power mean. But you can see these variance log moving averages, they catch price action all the time. All the time. It's just calculating which one's going to be hit. Looking at our regular trading chart. Let's look at the 4-hour right now. See what's going on. And this is exactly why 4-hour chart's been walking up. Right? We talked about this yesterday, that if this 4-hour continues to contract, negatively correlated. Right now, it's significantly negatively correlated. This price action will walk up. We will see those higher numbers. Both the Fishers are heading up. Is there? There is a little bit, actually. Give me a second here. Let me take a quick peek. Yeah, I mean, just from the last data set, we're building a little hidden bear divergence, and Bitcoin is bumping into this 33 length variance log MA on the 4 hour, which if you go over here on the ultimate power mean, this is it right here, right? So we're price action's literally right at it right now. So we'll see if it can get by here. Right, if it does, that's good for Bitcoin. It's probably going to make that run. And look where the top side is, 41.7. What is that at? 41,676. 41,676. R1, 41,857. Okay, that was the area I was talking about Bitcoin making a run to, especially if it can close Saturday's candle above this weekly up here at 38,750. Just keep an eye on that, all you alpha traders. Let's see here. It's actually the log return z-score doesn't look too bad. I mean, from back here, we're building a little hidden bear, just like on the returns oscillator. It's not very strong though. We are having an outlier to the top side on the variance. Depending on what happens right here at this 33. If this first 4 hour candle of the day can close above this 33 length variance log MA, that's good for Bitcoin. You're probably going to see the log return Z score come up and probably retest this 99% confidence interval again. There is at this time no hidden bear div on the DLP. That is always a plus. The correlation on the entropy is building to the top side. Entropy is starting to drop. This obviously is trend. And that trend was to the downside. That was the last trend on the 4 hour, right? Boom, 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 boom. Still random price action. Still random. Historical volatility Z score. Just like this Shannon percentile or entropy percentile contracting, negatively correlated. The walk up, historical volatility Z score coming down. It was going sideways right here when it started, coming down. So walk up in price action, walk up in price action, contraction on the AVR, right? The volatility percentile negatively correlated. Now we're getting some expansion on this first 4 hour candle though. So we're going to want to see this correlation pop back to positive. If that's going to continue. Let's see what the daily look like. Put this closer. Okie dokie. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, there's no div on the DLP. That's always good. But there is. Where's the divergence at? The divergence is definitely on the returns oscillator. Right? Right here. From this high. Now, it's just building. Why is it just building and it's not sitting? Because there's not a top yet. If one of these 4 hour candles turns down, look at the return oscillator, right? The returns are already coming down. If Bitcoin can at least just go sideways here, keep these bullish candles going, we might see a 4 hour bounce, right? We might see a bounce off of the zero mean right here. That would be pretty powerful. But right now, from here to here, we're definitely building some hidden bear divergence. It's not on the log return Z score, and that log return Z score was way below the 99% confidence interval. Let me see here. Let me read this chat. I see a buzzing. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice. Cool. You sharing those colors with you? During the weeks they run? Always. Always. If I am getting into an active day of trading, I'm on at least out here on the West Coast, I'm up at about 5:30. That's pre-market, right? 8:30 Eastern time. So I want to see what's going on with the futures. I want to see what's going on with the pre-market and SPY. Steph, when the traditional markets are open, for sure. take a peek real quick. Nope, I don't want a new tab. I want me base chart. So I can do a little correlating here. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out why in the hell TradingView made this change where it won't give you, you can't you can't scale a comparison asset, which I don't really understand. So this is how you correlate. So I've got Bitcoin chart up. I'm going to pull up the Pearson correlation right here. Default current symbol input, right? Well, no, I want to check out SPY. Let's correlate SPY with Bitcoin. This is on 4 hour. Let's pop up to a daily real quick. Yeah, when SPY was dumping last couple of days, when Bitcoin was working its way out of the hole, you could see that whole time it was going negatively correlated. So on the daily chart, when Bitcoin was going up to this little local high here and SPY was having those bad days, look now, right here though, when SPY the last couple of days has been had decent days, going back into positive correlation. Going back into positive correlation. And this is what I'm talking about right here. If you hit this compare symbol up here, you click on SPY, you can't scale it correctly. See how it's all jacked up? It used to pop up where whatever asset you were correlating would be right here, just like it would be an indicator. You could you click on little dots, you could scale it. You could scale it over onto the right scale and it would look the same. This does nothing for me. I mean, you can see though, look right where it went positively correlated. It's right when SPY ticked up. Bitcoin up, SPY up, positively correlated. So if this continues going into the new week and SPY continues to pump and Bitcoin's positively correlated with it, it's obvious Bitcoin's going to go up. Bitcoin's going to go up. While all these doomsdayers like, oh, Bitcoin's doomed. They always want to say that. When there's fear in the market, you should buy. That's something that's been spoke of a lot. It's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. And why can't? Yeah, I'm going to have to try to figure that out. If anybody has any idea why that does that, yeah, here's a compare tool right here. It is the compare tool. Yeah, but it's like there's nowhere to scale it. Right? Because I've already clicked on SPY. That's the pink line.
Try to add some
No,
indicators so that you can get a drop down.
yeah, he does. Well, if I click again, say Ron, it takes it off. Same scale. Wait a minute here. Yeah, see, that's not right. New price scale. There we go. If I put it on new price scale. Yeah, there we go. That's better. There we go. Yep, new scale. Okay. Yeah, you can see right there when SPY clicked up, boop, positively correlated. Positively correlated. And right here where it was going, where Bitcoin dumped and SPY was just crashing, they were positively correlated. And you know what though? Let me change. This is probably on a 5. Yeah, put this on a 10, especially on a daily. There we go. There we go. So that's interesting putting it on a 10. And to be honest, that's why I like it on a 5, right? It's going to give you a more accurate, quick read. Obviously, it picked up the dump here a lot better. Boom, right there. SPY started dropping. Boop, Bitcoin dropped. But right here, when they're both going up, the correlation's lagging behind a little bit. But if you put it on that 5, boom, picked it up. Positively correlated. Now, let's move this up to a 2-day. There we go. Even 2 days picking it up, starting to go back positively correlated. Last two We must have just got a 2-day. Yep. Yeah. Bitcoin just got a new 2-day candle. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Was a hell of a dump on SPY, wasn't it? Powerful. Well, good. I'm glad that I know how to do that now. I wonder why they did it that way. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It works now. It's all we care about in comparison land. Okay. Is there anything else? Yeah, there is actually. Let me in Q1. Oh, there's the minis. Give me the minis. Whoa. Oh, yeah, boom. There it is. New price scale. There it is. Yep, NASDAQ too. And on NASDAQ had a bigger drop than SPY did. For sure. Let's see here. Yeah, and that day right there, NASDAQ started dumping. Bitcoin was going up. So it went negatively correlated. But right there, boy, when everything was dumping, went positively correlated. Okay. What is the biggest shit rock on the planet doing? Wow, them poor gold and silver people. They must just have miserable lives, to be honest. Holy crap. It's where, oh where? Let me get my keyboard over here. Hmm. Yeah, new price go. Let's take off SPY. Yeah. Bitcoin going up, gold dumping. Bitcoin up, gold dumping. That's on the 2-day. Same though. Yeah. Poor gold and silver boys. All right, that's enough of the comparisons. Yes. All right. Since we just got a new 2-day, let me put this on the index. 2-day. All right. We want to see this 2-day candle go red for sure because it's significantly positively correlated. As you can see, BTC right now, right? It's going to pull back. It's probably going to test down here. Definitely going to test the bottom side of this daily range, I would assume. Back down 37.1 area. Maybe it gets a bounce off top side. I mean, it could. But considering going into the weekend, these bears are probably going to see if the bulls mean business. All right. So we're probably going to test this down here. If that breaks, hell, it could be a bad weekend, right? Could be a bad weekend. There's probabilities to both sides. This 2-day, though, I mean, there's just still, look at all the bull div that's just continuing to build on the log return Z score. The Fisher, right? The DLP. I mean, at some point, in my opinion, Bitcoin's going to get a nice pop. Whether it sustains or not is to be said. But on the 2-day, volatility is expanding positively correlated. Last 3 2-day candles, right? As we've been working our way out of that little hole it was in. Did we get a 3-day? Yesterday. Okay. Yesterday. So we get a new 3-day going into the weekend close. That'll be good. That'll be really good. See if anything sticks out. Not really. It's looking like the historical volatility z-score is wanting to go to the top side. It's significantly negatively correlated. I like the entropy though. I seen a little blue, and no, that was the dots for the standard error bands. Yeah, that 3 day it's decreasing though. See, it's not a bright red color. It's that dark pink. So that means that the correlation to the downside's decreasing. At the same time, so is entropy, right? And so when you get the entropy pulling back and the decreasing to the downside, it's just like volatility. It's going to walk price action up, and that's what we're seeing. Entropy percentile is expanding. You're going to want to see this 3 day continue. Probably it would be real nice to go back positively, significantly positively correlated, if not slope back up, because it is definitely coming down right now. So we'll want to see that for sure in this 3 day. Then we'll go into the weekly chart on the Monday stream. When do we get a 5 day candle? Sunday. So we get a new 5 day and a 3 day on the weekly close. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll tell you what, man, this 5 days down here fishing around with that 90% confidence interval. We'll see if I can break to the top side of this MA. That would be good for Bitcoin. For sure. Powerful 5 day. All right. I mean, we get up here by the 99% confidence interval at the all-time high, and then boom, look where Bitcoin bounced. Look where Bitcoin bounced. Powerful, right? Right on the 99 length variance log moving average. I mean, to the dollar. There's a reason why I use the numbers that I use. Although a lot of people use the 100, right? On their goofy, they're using simple and exponential and stuff like that, though. We like the log returns. Missing anything? No. 38. Trying to get back up above that 54 length right now on the weekly. That would be a great start. Close this weekly. I mean, we're pretty much almost there. I mean, we've been above it. That's for sure. We were yesterday. So it's at 48, 150. Close this weekly above there, and then feel free to come back down. Test that lower area maybe. But the good thing is, take a little peeky here. Actually, I want here. Turn this stuff off. A 4 hour. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's get a vertical here. Yeah. And yeah, 30th, right? Monday's the 31st. Yeah. Boom. Correct. Yeah. So, depending on what Bitcoin does these next 2 days before the weekly close, is going to determine where this new weekly price action volatility range is going to be at. I mean, right off the top, you can just tell not a majority, but there's more volatility at the top side for sure. Right? More volatility to the top side this week. Like, say, if we were to close right now, it was kind of tough actually. Bitcoin would be, and we already talked about this, right? Where we want the new week coming into that new week, and the end of the month will be at Monday's close. We want the weekly to be above where the new monthly is going to be. And so if BTC can close up in this area around 38K, that's good for Bitcoin because that's going to pull that weekly range up above 37.5. Probably it's going to be up in this area. And you never know. I mean, Bitcoin could go on a run this weekend. Like I said, I mean, I'm looking at that 41.7 area. If it does make a run, if that were to happen, get BTC up here, you're going to have a weekly range. It's going to put some distance between that and the new monthly, right? Because this is what we're dealing. We're dealing with a lot of dumpage going into this new month, obviously. So that new monthly range, we already talked about it, right? It's going to be literally yeah. BTC's got some work to do because the new monthly range is probably top side. I think we talked about this yesterday, like 38.5. It's going to be like in this area right here. So it behooves Bitcoin to pump this weekend, get a new weekly range up above the monthly. That would set up for some good action going into the end of the first quarter for sure. Could have a really good February and March if that happens. A real good one. Like Bitcoin's coming out of the hole. Maybe we see some new all-time highs. All right, we were all jacked coming into the end of the year thinking Bitcoin was going to make that run, including me. Everything looked good, but that's why we trade volatility. Did everything in the charts change? 100%. Did my bias change? 100%. It sure did. Man, I'm going to sleep good tonight. All right, let's see here. So let's see what this intraday is looking like. Yeah, definitely coming down first. There's no doubt about it. I can go right to the 90-minute chart and tell you that. Yeah, back down there at 37 area, right? I mean, it's matching up perfectly on the 90-minute with the bottom side of the weekly price action volatility range. And that was what I'm talking about is this cluster, this 9, 33, and 54 variance log moving average on the 50, right? Right now, these things don't like to stay together. It would be really nice to come down here and bounce. Really would, but it's in the same area. And the reason why I say we're coming down first, the 90 minutes up here, it's a 99% confidence interval, the log return z-score. And the entropy percentile is expanding, sloping negative. Although, keep an eye on the entropy. Correlation is building to the top side, and it's looking like it's wanting to drop down too. So, and we are contracting, negative, heading into negative correlation on the volatility percentile. So maybe we just only go down to 37. And just like on that 4 hour where it kind of, it hit up high, came down, and now it's kind of heading back up right below these confidence intervals. We could see that in the next like 3 or 4 90-minute candles. This maybe why Bitcoin's kind of going sideways to a little down, maybe $800 drop down to the bottom of that weekly. And then turn back up to the upside because there is no div on the DLP. That thing looks pretty healthy. Pretty healthy. Right? literally been having an outlier. Right. And is what it's going to show you when the log returns are having an outlier. Right. You see it right here. You see the log return z-score having that outlier. Easy trade on that 90-minute. Like I said, you can see where it's at right now. 3 90-minute candles, rejection, rejection, rejection. Right off the 99 length variance log moving average. I'm sure the 45 is going to reinforce exactly what I just saw. I don't know, man. It's all dependent on the entropy percentile, to be honest. There's a little bit of bear div on the DLP. None really on the returns oscillator. The div is actually hidden bull. And of course, log return z-score on the 45 is just hanging out right in the middle. That's what it likes to do too. It likes to trick you up, especially if somebody likes to run a workflow like I do. And that's where that's when I just I go into caution. Go into caution. So this thing can do whatever. But consider what I'm seeing on the 90-minute, you might see this 45. If we do pull back to 37, you're going to see that log return z-score on the 45 come down, test these confidence intervals, which would be good to make that run to higher realms. Yeah, definitely some bear div on the 15. It's looking like it's wanting to come down, especially if we get some expansion on the volatility and heads down negatively correlated. It's already trying. Of course, the Fishers, they're dead in the middle too, just hanging out together. The 45 and the 15-minute, both lengths, they are all just cruising across this zero threshold right here. Hmm. The 9 length, or the 3 length is definitely coming down. 9 length and the 40, the higher time frame, they're hanging out together. Yeah, this is definitely looking like it wants to come down. Test that bottom side of that weekly. Tick above, tick under like 37.1, I think. Hmm. No div on the 6 hour. Be honest. I mean, these are like 4 hour, 6 hour. 12 hour. So in the short term, I would definitely be probably scalping to the downside on the way down to 37 from what I'm seeing. But from what I'm seeing on these higher time frames, I'm probably going to get that run. Probably going to get that run for sure. 12 hours definitely setting up for a move up. That entropy percentile's got to get, especially if it continues to contract negatively correlated. Entropy is going into randomness, losing its correlation to the downside. Historical volatility z-score coming down, negatively correlated. Entropy contracting, negatively correlated. And no bear div. At least not from this, not from this high. Not from that high. I mean, and this already played out, right? For this down move right here. What was that? 30, like, yeah, 39K. Got through $3,500 to the downside. So keep an eye on the 12 hour to see if I can get by this 9 length variance log MA for sure. For sure. Keep an eye on that. That's about all I see on Bitcoin. That is about all. And everything's going to be following Bitcoin. We already know that. When Bitcoin's in this state, I don't even need to look at any of the altcoins, blue chip or other. So they're all just going to follow Bitcoin. Boy, things got wrecked, didn't they, on that pullback? Holy crap. El Reco. So hopefully crypto pulls out. Okay. I do see maybe by the end of the weekend running up to that 41.7 area. Short term, maybe a pullback to 37. That's about all I have to say about that. That'll be a wrap on Bitcoin. All right, guys. You still there, MJ? Want to talk some NFT, buddy? Let's see here. Time is it? Oh yeah, Jesus. Talked longer than I thought. No, I don't want you. Let's see here. It's a fucking Catalina whale mixer. I'd look up on their Discord. Somebody's posting the pow pow. Floor price 15 Solana. Very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of NFTs that are starting to pop. It's Quantum Trader staying at 11. But for instance, what these things can do, pretty sure it's on the popular. So 395 Solana floor on the Boryoko Dragons. Do the math. Do the math. These are pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Am I going to jump in this project at 395 Sol? Hell no. That's like 1.5 Bitcoins to buy some magical internet JPEGs. And that's the biggest reason. There's 1,000 of them. 1,111 of these NFTs. Only 11 are listed. That's why this price is so much. That's what all these projects aim for. All right. Let's see on this activity. So, look at these sales. 11 hours ago, 14 hours ago, 15 hours ago. So a lot of people say, yeah, well, that's what people are selling them for. But are people buying them? Yeah. 11 hours ago, somebody bought a dragon for 415 Solana. 14 hours ago, somebody bought one for 420.69 Solana. 15 hours ago, somebody spent 400 Sol. 22 hours ago, somebody spent 400 Sol. Same time, another 400 Sol sale. These things sell. All right? They do sell. Let's see here. New collections. Virtual reality experience in metaverse. Lux 4, huh? Only 15 listed out of how many? Wow. That's very interesting right there. Lux, huh? Me Discord. Wow. It's tiny. Tiny, tiny. Tiny Discord. Lux Entertainment. Virtual reality experience in the metaverse, bringing together the best in class of crypto through NFTs. Wonder how many of these there are. See the activity on these bad boys. Yeah, people are buying these things. Huh. Got the stream. I'm gonna check that out. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm always searching around for projects. There are tons, though, you guys. Tons of NFT projects. You have to do your research. It's best to find a team that's fully doxed and that they have a good roadmap. There's utility. You're not just buying some magic JPEG because it's great art. There's got to be some utility behind it. 100%, especially into the future. All right. Like what is that? Shadowy supercoders. They've got 119 soul floor. These have some good utility. And let's see here, activity. Yeah, these sell. People are paying a lot of money for these bad boys. Lots of money, which is good. That's what we like to see in NFT lane. And that shadowy supercoder DAO is by a group called Genesis Go, and then the Quantum. This is their second. Whoops! This is their second project that I was able to get into, which I'm kind of happy with that. And these babies definitely sell. Floor starting to rise, just like the Catalina whale mixer. They got to hit that point where there's a breakout. It's got to be some hype for sure. So yeah, guys, that was our little Friday stream. I'm glad you guys made it who did make it. We had to push it back a little bit just so we could get that little Bitcoin segment recorded and put out on the YouTubes for our fans to watch. But if something real interesting happens with Bitcoin, I'll do a stream since I missed one this week or two. Hell, I don't even remember. This week's been a blur. I'm glad though my stuff is being shipped. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Got that out of the way. So yeah, what projects you to? Yeah, like I'm holding quite a few different ones, but I'm really hyped on Catalina Whale Mixer and Quantum Traders. There's a new one called Dappy's Gang. It's pretty cool. But God, there's so many, Saron. It's insane. I'm probably holding about 10 to 15 different projects. Some a lot, some not too many. Just like Hail Marys, you never know. Project looks interesting. You don't quite know what it's going to do. If you can get in at a good price, you never know. I mean, these things could fly. I mean, look at some of the projects on ETH. I mean, we're talking these things are worth like $1 million. It's insane. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's fun too. It's fun trading NFTs. Yeah, all that being said, like I said, if something real interesting happens on the weekend, I'll come on, I'll pop on. First, I'll give a little announcement so you guys know, and I'll do a weekend stream. If not, we'll see you Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll talk to you guys later.